Yo, what's going on, YouTube? It's Cupid back at it again with yet another Cupid League recap. This is week the 3rd. This is the standings after the previous week. Chat, say hi to YouTube. So we have completed the 3rd week, which is the week of week 3. We had 4X Weaklings versus Big Burners, Cupid Cutie Squad versus Tyrant Tantrum, myself versus Mr. Titan T, Inappropriate Grimers versus Coward Crushers, Freeham versus Canuckstan Credillies, Team Tropic Storm versus Golden City Gardevoirs, and this final match actually was not played this week. They requested an extension. The coach of Sinister Serpents is unfortunately not able to play until Wednesday. So, as a result of that, this match will not be covered this week. And it might not even be covered next week, to be honest. But we'll see, we'll see. So we have 6 matches to go over, just really quickly. And then after that, well, that would be the end of the YouTube video, I suppose. Oh, well, now there's some free agent moves, I guess, that happened. We can talk about those as well. Alright, so, the first match that was played for this week. Let's see here. It looks like that one would be, Juvenile versus Glutes My Guy. So, here we have match the first of the week between Freeham 2 and the Canuckstan Credillies. Here we go. Alright, so, this looks like game 1. We have lead Articuno versus a lead Mega Sceptile. Articuno just goes for U-turn as the Sceptile doesn't want to stay in and, you know, get murdered. Free agents closed already? Yes, the free agents are indeed closed. We Mega Evolve and go for a Thunder Wave and get Z-moved for our troubles and die instantly. In comes Nidoking with a Throat Chop to revenge skill, and the Oven comes in. The Oven, the powerful Oven. And it now uses Overheat, and it kills an entire Jolteon. Free agents closed already? Free agents close... They close Sunday night, so yeah. Technically, they close Sunday night. Of in the hot food? Yes, they of in the hot. Of out hot, eat the... Yes, okay. So, Dragalge now comes in, kills the Tangrowth with Sludge Waves. Ludicolo comes to scare out the Rotom, which I guess makes sense. And, uh-oh, Clangorous Soul. Uh-oh. Throat Spray? Uh-oh. Boosted? Uh-oh. Encore! Now you have to do it again. But we don't do it again. We're going to switch out. And Screamtail comes in. Look at that face. That is the face of an entire demon right there. You go for Shadow Ball. It does such little damage. But Sludge Wave kills. Because that has adaptability and is stab. But it's okay because we're physical attacking Mega Sceptile with Earthquake. And that shit kills. And then we go for Earthquake again on Ludicolo and die because it doesn't do any damage. Rotom comes in. Rotom. Oh, Overheat? Oh, but we miss. We miss the Overheat. Do we go for it again? We do. And it just kills. How does it just kill? How can it just kill? But now the Rotom can defeat this. Future Sight? Okay, hold on. We could lose still. What's up, Kitsune Noble? Welcome to the stream and the YouTube recording. We are recapping the previous week that just ended. Alright. After Future Sight, we have the Oven versus the Articuno. And guess what, chat? That's an electric type. GG's. And game 1 goes to Glutes My Guy, the coach of the Canuckstan Credillies. Okay, but what about game 2? Do you think he'll lose game 2? Do you think maybe, just maybe, our hero, Juvenile Ship V3, can defeat Glutes My Guy? We will see. We have lead Nidoking versus Empoleon, and we go for Superpower, which is not boosted by Sheer Force! And we do very little damage and die. And then Jolteon comes in. Empoleon goes for Protect. Jolteon tries to Volt Switch. Unfortunate. By the way, what? And then we have a hard switch into Screamtail as Jolteon Volt switches again. Gets a crit. We can now Mega Evolve and go for Thunder Wave. We should have used Shadow Claw. That would have killed. That's a Max Spadef Empoleon. 0 defense invest. Yeah. Sheer Force doesn't work on Superpower. Sheer Force only works on moves that have beneficial effects. So, moves like Earth Power, you know, that have a chance to drop your opponent's special defense, Sheer Force will boost those. Superpower does not have a positive effect. So, Sheer Force does not boost Superpower. It seems that this Banette does not carry the move Shadow Sneak, which is unfortunate. Instead, we are substitute Thunder Wave for some inexplicable reason. But it's working out so far, and then we try to go for Thunder Wave on an electric type. When will Juvenile learn that you can't do that? When will you learn? When will you learn? This is now the 5th time Juvenile has tried to Thunder Wave an electric type. And then we're in Hidden Power Fire Jolteon, and we're gonna get murdered by a Sceptile. GG's. Ah, yes, outplayed. GG's. And now you've boosted it with Lightning Rod, as the Jolteon also has Thunder Wave for some reason. Second, what do you mean? Let's see here. You tried to Thunder Wave. Let's see here. What was last season? You definitely tried to Thunder Wave a Pokemon with Volt Absorb. You definitely tried to Thunder Wave a Sceptile this game that had Lightning Rod. You definitely tried to Thunder Wave a Electric type Rotom. And you have been defeated for your foolishness. Stop using Thunder Wave. Cease. And Glutes My Guy gets the 2-0 victory. Congratulations, Glutes My Guy. We're gonna go ahead and stick that into the thing, like so. And this is a 0-2. Excellent. The first match of the week goes swimmingly well. Now let's just get into the second match, yeah? The second match, we have what looks like an absolute slapper of a battle. We have Crystal Wolf, the Season 1 champion? Question mark? That's a spoiler for another video. You guys have to watch to find out if he was truly the champion. Versus Fable. So, let's get started with game 1. We have the Sun team with the Sko Villain versus the Manaphy team with the Manaphy. Very good. Registeel lead versus Pommet. Pommet's going to use close combat, and that just kills. That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. Darmanitan's going to come in. It scares it away. Did we go for Flare Blitz? No, we went for Earthquake, which is just as good, but not quite as good as Flare Blitz. Bottom _ Rin, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Goon Platoon. YOLO swag, factual. Alright, anyway, we now have Pommet using close combat on Gastrodon, taking way too much damage this Gastrodon is. I suppose we are not. Have you seen my furry twin? I have not. I assume it is furry _ Rin. But yeah, why are Gen 9's PNG? Because they haven't updated the models yet. Alright, but the Manaphy is in. This is a free Tail Glow, but we didn't go for it because, you know, Darkspun, I guess, is scary. But we're gonna go for it on the switch to Gastrodon here. Do we have Energy Ball? Or Ice Beam? We have Energy Ball. That kills. Glorious. None of these Pokemon resist water anymore. This Manaphy is probably going to win the game. They're not proud of being a furry, so they got by the pretentious Rin _ Royal. I see. Alright, well, that is a Surf. That kills the Sko Villain. Yeah, just in chat, Manaphy with Tail Glow is quite strong. Who would have thought? Oh, but the crit, that doesn't actually do that much. Doesn't actually do that much. Considering a crit didn't even kill this Mandibuzz, I'm assuming it's especially defensive. But we don't have haze or anything to actually stop this thing from defeating you. And would you look at that? Manaphy does take game 1. Manaphy on the Manaphy team wins game 1. Yeah. So that's game 1. Let's see what happens game 2. Let's see how things go game 2. Alright, so we get up our rocks against the Gastrodon, as the Gastrodon is just clicking Earth Power, gets the special defense drop, which could have mattered. Second Earth Power definitely kills after the special defense drop. Close combat, and Mandibuzz goes down to 2 close combats from Pommet. But now we have the Vulpix to set up the sun, and Vulpix dies to Pommet. Okay, now at this point, we have a couple of things we can do. We have a Victory Bell. We can go for Darmanitan and go for Earthquake. Even though at this point Flare Blitz does more damage, I suppose you don't want to take the recoil. But since you didn't go for Flare Blitz, in comes this bug thing, which is going to U-turn and do way more than it realistically should to this Registeel. As now we have Fire Blast in the Sun, Mega Audino. We get up our rocks, but that's... I'm not sure how we're gonna get through this Audino. This Audino has quite a lot of bulk. And, Wish. Heavy Slam does 21%. That's way too low. Do we have the ability Light Metal? Because I feel like that should have done more. But we get a Toxic off on the Manaphy. Very good. As long as this Manaphy isn't Z-Move Rain, that Toxic is absolutely fantastic. The reason Z-Move Rain is good on that Manaphy is because Hydration is the ability of Manaphy. And when the rain falls, Manaphy's status gets healed. So now we're going to just stack up a bunch of hazards, taking advantage of the fact that it seems like Crystal Wolf's team does not have any good answers to, you know, just hazard stacking in general. The Manaphy is no longer Toxic Poisoned after the switch because of Heal Bell, which was used. And now we're going to try and chip it down with Earth Power. And then we're going to sack Registeel, as it's probably going to go for Energy Ball. Yeah, we still don't survive that. Victory Bell comes in. This is not going to be faster than this Manaphy. We go for a Grass Z move, which through Protect does 33%, which is quite a bit. I won't even lie. And then we live Surf. We eat it like a feast, and we kill with Leaf Storm. Very good. We have survived Manaphy and the Manaphy's team. But First Impression's gonna get the revenge kill. At this point, Darmanitan, Superpower. Okay, not bad. That's gonna clean up the kill on low kicks. Very good. But we're not doing too hot in the matchup versus this. Especially since our attack keeps getting reduced on Superpower. And we're just... I guess we're just sacking it? Are we accepting defeat? Or are we gonna get like a crit here? What happens? What happens here? We go into Gastrodon. Okay. I mean... Earth Power... Wish heals... I mean, I don't see how you get through this Audino. I genuinely don't see how we get through this. Fire Blast, that does nothing. Are we just pee-pee fighting? Are we fighting with our pee-pee? It looks like we are. Fire Blast gets the Gastrodon burn. Ice Beam. I see. I see. Fabled can get an Ice Beam freeze and win the game. Do you think Fabled will get an Ice Beam freeze and win the game? Ice Beam. We need a freeze. A freeze wins us the game sometimes. Just freeze him. Just freeze him. Just freeze him. Chat, just freeze him. Just freeze him. Freeze him. Just freeze. Special defense drop. Okay. We would rather have a freeze. Dazzling Gleam still does nothing. Spikes, not necessary. But you know what? It's okay. We just need to freeze him. 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 How many PP left? We have 8 Earth Powers and 11 Ice Beams, compared to 3 Fire Blasts and 4 Dazzling Gleams. Ice Beam. We need to freeze him. We just need to freeze him. That's our win condition. Freeze him. Freeze him. Freeze him.
Huggers.
Yo, Griff Dad, what's up? Thank you for the tier 1 for 19 months. I appreciate it. Like the new outfit. Hope you're enjoying Monday. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I like having the day off. It's pretty good. Okay, but are we gonna freeze him? Are we going to freeze? Are we gonna freeze him? Are we gonna freeze him? We need to freeze him. Freeze him. Freeze him. Freeze him. Oh! We froze him. He's frozen. Okay. Now we just need to. Oh. He thawed. He thawed. Oh, but Duraludon comes in. Okay. Do we have Earth Power? Earth Power kills this thing. Draco Meteor, that doesn't do enough. Uh-oh. Earth Power, that kills. Okay, are we gonna freeze him? Are we gonna freeze him? Are we gonna freeze him? Wish? Nope, that's not what you're looking for. Now we need to freeze him. Now we need to freeze him. One freeze wins the game. Technically. Heal Bell to do nothing. Freeze him. Freeze him! Freeze him! Oh my god, bro. We are not freezing him. Never mind! Let's go! Victory is ours! We just need him to never thaw. That's 1 turn of frozen. Each turn's a 1 in 5 or something to thaw. Oh, that's another one. Okay, huge. Winnable. A crit wins, I think. No crit, but it's still frozen. Okay, does it? Oh, it doesn't thaw. Victory, we win. Wait, why did we go for Ice Beam? Are we out of Earth Powers? No, we are not out of Earth Powers. Why did we go for Ice Beam? We threw, but it's okay because he was still frozen. And Fabled wins a game. Huge. All right, but what about game 3? What happened in game 3? All right, we have Palmet lead versus Darmanitan. Very cool. Darmanitan uses Earthquake. And Darmanitan uses Earthquake again on low kicks, which doesn't do very much. Low kicks goes for U-turn. Takes Life Orb damage. Registeel takes a solid amount, honestly, considering that's a Registeel. And then we sack Darmanitan on close combat. Now, there are a couple of things that I feel like would have been better to sack than Darmanitan. But it's okay, because eventually we get to trade, you know, a bunch of HP on our Gastrodon for the rat. And now we get up the sun, but without Darmanitan, I'm not quite seeing a Pokemon that cleanly beats this Manaphy. Vulpix is in, it got up the sun, and Low Kicks is now faster than your whole team, because of double Trailblaze. U-turn does a lot of damage, like a lot of damage. As we go for HP, I'm guessing Fire. The Nidoking takes nothing from HP Fire at all. Stealth Rock is used here. We go for Earth Power. That is Sheer Force boosted. This is probably especially defensive Registeel based on the fact that that did so little. Now we go into Mandibuzz on Thunderbolt, reading the switch to Mandibuzz. Mandibuzz goes for U-turn. Glorious. We go into Gastrodon. And we read the Thunderbolt. Very good. But the issue is that this Nidoqueen has way too much health, and HP Grass is going to kill our Gastrodon, and things are looking really bad here. We go for Strength Sap to try and heal. It doesn't heal too much. Earth Power does more than we can heal. And, Earth Power switch, Mandibuzz, and it's looking pretty over. I'm not even gonna lie, chat. This one looks pretty much in the bag at this point. We defog trying to get rid of the rocks, but at this point, it doesn't even matter. Nothing you can do will help you survive. Rocks are just gonna go back up, and at any point, like, just the Manaphy itself can win. And there's the Manaphy. Goodbye, Leftovers Manaphy. Tail Glow. And nothing stops this. I think I'm at least getting better. Oh yeah, you're definitely getting better. That can be said with full confidence. But yeah, at this point, the Manaphy just wins. And tragically, there is nothing Fabled can do here. We go for an additional Tail Glow for no reason. I guess it's predicting Toxic. Or not Toxic. Protect. But Crystal Wolf does get the 2-1 victory over Fabled. Honestly, a well-played match. The Freeze was very PogChamp. Big fan of the Freeze. Okay, that worked. Alright, so that is the second match of the week. Quite a long one, I've got to say. But you know what? That's a good thing. That means it was a close match, and hopefully everyone enjoyed watching that. Before we get into Game 3, though, I'm going to run an ad break for those who are on Twitch. And I'm going to get things pulled up for the third match here. Next up, we have Antkiller versus Kiwi. Kiwi, Pokemon baby, so to speak. And Antkiller, a top 4 finisher of the Draft League last season. So, this should be a match of all time. That's for sure. Alright, so, here we go. I believe most of the people watching right now are subscribed and are not currently watching the ad. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to send it. Alright, so looking at these teams, I see Antkiller has a Tyrantrum with Head Smash. And I see that Kiwi has 2 Pokemon that resist Head Smash. One of them is Flygon, which doesn't take Head Smashes very well. And the other is Orthworm. So, hopefully Kiwi can keep that healthy. Alright, so we have Orthworm versus Skarmory. Very cool. Skarmory with Flamethrower? But wait, it wasn't Skarmory. It was actually the imposter, Zoroark. But Kiwi with a smart read goes into Flash Fire Chandelure, uses Fire Blast, knocks this thing down to its sash, dies in return to Dark Pulse. Sylveon comes in. It takes some damage from Sludge Bomb. Hyper Voice is gonna kill. Alright, this isn't too bad for Kiwi. Protect without leftovers. You need to stop doing that. I know you have probably Wish Protect, Kiwi, but like, you gotta stop doing that. Skarmory goes for Tailwind as Zebstrika comes in. And then we have Guitar Hero, the Boom Burst Pokemon. And it's gonna use Boom Burst, and it's gonna probably use Boom Burst on this too. Wow, I can't believe it. It used Boom Burst. Alright, Starmie's gonna come in, use Hydro Pump. Why don't we use Psychic? I'm not sure. Overdrive is gonna kill us. Yeah, this thing just cleans house. Nothing is gonna survive this. Protect, but that doesn't do anything. And Kiwi is defeated game 1. In quite the quick fashion, I won't lie. But that's okay. Kiwi's learning. Maybe Kiwi can make an adaptation and do better in the second game. Let's find out if she does. Alright, so Skarmory versus Zebstrika this time. Excellent lead for Kiwi. We go for Thunderbolt. In comes the Toxtricity, which isn't too surprising. We go into Chandelure as Toxtricity goes for Boom Burst. Excellent read by Kiwi. Kiwi also uses Psychic, catching the Chandelure, staying in. Huge. Zebstrika is going to come in. This is a Zoroark, as the this thing used Dark Pulse. We go for Overheat for some inexplicable reason. I did not know Zebstrika learned Overheat, but that's cool. Now we go into Orthworm to try to use Shed Tail, but this has a fire move, Kiwi. And Orthworm does not like those. So, you know, we just take a bunch of damage on Orthworm and then switch it out. So that accomplished nothing, unfortunately. But it's okay, because, you know, with some proper switching and, like, a well-placed fire move, not that, but, like, a well-placed fire move, and we can win this. Shadow Ball's gonna kill our Starmie, for sure. This might be over. I don't know if there's... Oh, we have Scarf Flygon to counter our own Scarfed Chandelure. And then Kiwi, instead of just killing it, decides to switch into Chandelure, reading the switch into Skarmory. Excellent read. And we get the kill with Fire Blast. That's amazing. Good job, Kiwi. Okay, but now we need to switch again. And Flygon's not going to take a Shadow Ball. Uh-oh. And it looks like Kiwi's going to be defeated here. And Kiwi's going for Protect for some reason, again. And Kiwi just loves Click and Protect. Now, do we live Head Smash? Well, we do if we dodge, and Kiwi's gonna get that kill on the Tyrantrum with Hyper Voice. Pixelate. Why did we switch? Kiwi. You have to break the disguise on Mimikyu, Kiwi. Kiwi, no. And it gets a free Swords Dance now, and it's going to be faster than the rest of Kiwi's team. And Kiwi is going to be defeated by this thing. Alright, Sylveon's going to come in. Maybe Hyper Voice. Nope. Let's Snuggle Forever. That's going to KO. And Kiwi is defeated. GG, Antkiller the victor in this match. Congratulations, Antkiller, on your 2-0 victory over Kiwi. Where is... There it is. Very cool. What do we have next? What match do we have next? We have Kitsune versus Plasma next. Very cool. Alright. So, did you guys know that Plasma, aside from the championship last season, wink, in theory, wink, went completely undefeated last season. Wink. So let's see if that trend will continue. Plasma still currently 2-0, I believe, here. So let's see if Kitsune, whose team has gotten fantastic after free agent moves. It was already good at the start, but now it's just gotten even better. Let's see if Kitsune is able to clean things up and maybe even get a win here. Alright, so let's get straight into the game. We have a lead Steelix versus a lead Noivern. Steelix Mega Evolves and takes a U-turn very, very well. And Porygon 2 comes in, tracing the sand for us. We go for Ice Fang, trying to pick up that turn 1 kill on the Noivern, it looks like. We get up Rocks as the Porygon teleports, and then we go into Alomomola to absorb the Flamethrower and the Parting Shot as we go for Wish, and then we go for Toxic? No, we didn't even go for Wish, we just went for Toxic. We get the Toxic on the floor, which is huge. Moonblast does 12%, which is not very much. This is probably a specially defensive Steelix. But now we have a Rotom that comes in and takes a crit Gyro Ball, which does so much damage, and then an Ice Fang is going to kill after that. And in comes the Metagross, presumably with Earthquake, and it does have Earthquake. Fantastic. And, yeah, I think we just Wish here. Yeah, Alomomola is gonna heal up the rest of the squad. Rock Snake takes Tri-Attacks like nothing and is gonna heal fully off of that Wish. And we're gonna get some free Earthquake chip as we go into the wild card. And then we go instantly into Silvally with multi-attack and all sorts of other good moves. And we're gonna go for a Scald on the Silvally, presumably trying to get a burn. aside from, you know, the good chip, as Stab Scald is always a good thing. We don't get the burn, but we do have Parting Shot, forcing out the Silvally into this Florges, which has Wish and Protect and probably Heal Bell and Moonblast. Alright, so now here we have a double switch. We have a Noivern read on the incoming Gallade, and then we miss a Hurricane, which would have punished that on the Steelix, but it's okay, because it probably wouldn't have done that much damage anyway. Parting Shot, and we're going to go back into the Duck with Regenerator, and we're going to get it Toxic Poisoned, which is disastrous for Plasma. That's going to really hurt the longevity of this Duck. You really don't want to have your longevity limited. And Bolt Beak comes in, presumably to click Bolt Beak. But we have an Earthquake read on the Silvally, which is huge. And we are Choice Banded, which is very interesting. Normally you don't run those Banded, usually you want to run them Scarf, but hey, you know what? It works. And we go for Ice Fang, trying to catch that Noivern once again. We do not catch the Noivern here. But we are going to get our rocks up once again. And at this point, let's see here, the Silvally is at 8%. It would survive coming in on rocks, I believe, due to the fact that I think, I might be wrong here, ground resists rock. And it does. So, you know, we have our full health Steelix as we're going to just Ice Fang and finish off the Silvally. That means, I believe, that this Noivern doesn't have Defog, and once the rocks go back up, they will be permanent. And this Steelix takes nothing from those Earthquakes, and in return, does massive damage with an Earthquake of its own, gets an Ice Fang Freeze! An Ice Fang Freeze on the Metagross. And Frozen Metagross, Toxic Poisoned, and a Noivern. It's just, it's, ooh, man, that's, I don't know if there is a comeback to make at this point. We're Wish Passing again to the Steelix. There's just so much. How do you break this? It's just, how do you break it? You can't break it at this point. Earthquake plus Toxic Poison's gonna kill the Duck, especially with an Earthquake crit. Gyro Ball is gonna put this thing into dying to Toxic in 2 turns mode. Moonblast, nope, that's not gonna be enough either. In comes the Metagross that is frozen. It is still frozen. It dies to Earthquake. And oh my god, is this a 6-0? We stay in. And we Ice Fang, and the Noivern lives with 1, and we don't switch, and it is not a 6-0. It is not a 6-0 because we did not switch into Muck. But it's okay, because Kitsune still won the battle. And that is a massive game 1 for Kitsune. That is a huge game 1. A colossal game 1. Alright, next up, we have Plasma leading the Rotom, clicking the Leaf Storm button, which is Scarf Rotom, which cleanly one-shots the Keldeo instantly. In comes the Mega Steelix to click Ice Fang on the Rotom, and it catches the incoming Silvally, and it does quite a bit, honestly. Hello, King Wolfie, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? Alright, so at this point, we have Toxic Poison. We have, you know, we have all sorts of other stuff that I missed because I was saying hi to King Wolfie in the chat. Welcome to the YouTube video, by the way, King Wolfie. So at this point, we are just going to Wish, and this is going to Erupt, and that does 25%, which is very low, actually. I thought that would have done a lot more. I guess it's Z-move, then. It's not Specs. And then a Scald crit to punish that, and then a Scald burn, which is actually not even that good on Florges. Driving back to Missouri from Minnesota, I went skiing. I see. Oh, hi, YouTube. Yes, hello, YouTube. I hope skiing was fun. Scared to fight Kitsune later in the season? Yeah. Alright, Ice Fangs. We're just going to continuously try to chip the Silvally. Not the one driving, by the way. Okay, that's good. Multi-attack. That's not going to work on a Galarian Weezing that has Levitate. Strange Steam. Going for chip, I guess. We get 6% off on this Metagross. And Meteor Mash does nothing. And now we can go for Earthquakes. And Earthquake does actually do more than Ice Fang. I don't know if Kitsune is aware of that. And, oh, Kitsune with the crit on the second Earthquake. Lots of good RNG for Kitsune here. But we are down a Keldeo. Can we still make it through this while down a Keldeo? Well, we are going to Wish Pass into Galarian Weezing. It takes no damage from Leaf Storm. Takes no damage from Leaf Storm. Metagross is going to come in as we predict that, I guess, and go for Mega... or not even Mega, Sharpness Gallade. We go for Night Slash, and it doesn't kill. And we get Meteor Mashed for our troubles and die. But it's okay, because the Steelix is going to put up those rocks. And that's going to force the Rotom to get a Defog off as our Galarian Weezing comes in to scare that out. We go for Sludge Wave, get that chip damage. Huge. Noivern can't take two of those, so it needs to U-turn. And upon coming in, we die to Sludge Wave on our Silvally. But it's okay, because we have... Oh! We have a whole Metagross with Meteor Mash in the back, which doesn't one-shot. But it's okay, because Strange Steam missed. Now this is anyone's game. Alomomola is going for various moves. Ice Punch doesn't get frozen. Thunder Punch doesn't get parried. Scald is going to finish that off. We go for the Z move. Bloom Doom does 21 through Protect, which means that was probably Solar Beam. Scald on the Rotom. Burn the Rotom. Why not? Burn it. Burn the Rotom. Protect. Get that bonus damage. See that the Rotom is going for Leaf Storm. We know that it's Scarf. We can totally go into Draco's ult here. And there it is. We go into Draco's ult. This is going to be a Bolt Beak. This is a Bolt Beak. Bonk. Dead. Dead. Floor just instantly died. And now, honestly, if we can just heal up the Steelix with a Wish, and maybe even... Oh, but we died to Leaf Storm. No wishes here. Nope. Wishes cannot come true here. We've got the Mega Steelix, but after a Leaf Storm, it's gonna live easily. Do we get an Ice Fang? We do get an Ice Fang. It does solid damage. At this point, the Steelix can die, but it's not gonna die because Leaf Storm makes your attack go lower. And Kitsune with the smart, in fact, the outright brilliant play of just clicking rocks as the Rotom dies, getting off that additional chip on the Typhlosion. Flamethrower doesn't do enough. This resists flamethrowers. And we have a choice band. Does this thing just needs to hit hurricanes. It has 2 turns to live and it misses a hurricane. And it misses a hurricane. And now there is no way to win because of your toxic poison. And Kitsune is able to defeat last season's undefeated player before the finals. Kitsune comes away with a win over Plasma. Huge. A huge win. Congratulations, Kitsune. Genuinely. Well played match. Alright. Next up, we have myself versus Mr. Titan T. Now, I will put this very, very clearly right here, right now. I was looking at Mr. Titan T's draft, and I realized that Nihilego is super effective on basically every one of his Pokemon. So let's watch Nihilego win us a match. Alright, so I am going to lead Nihilego because the only thing it is scared of is Lucario. So I go into Nihilego and Mr. Titan T leads Lucario. Oh shit. I go into Vaporeon and he goes for Swords Dance. And I die to close combat. This is maximum physical defense Vaporeon. And at that point, I'm like, oh shit, I'm getting swept. But it's okay, because I have Indeedee, and that's a Swords Dance Lucario. And Indeedee is faster, and I kill it with Expanding Force. In comes the bee, and I don't need this Indeedee to be alive anymore. Get it out of here. I don't care. I got up the terrain. Hawlucha can come in, eat its seed. And I'm gonna go for Acrobatics. And as long as I don't miss Stone Edge, this Hawlucha wins. Oh shit, I missed Stone Edge! Oh no! I have to think. Okay, Gardevoir's gonna come in. It's fine, I have Volt Absorb. I'm gonna just click a Psychic Attack, Expanding Force. That is going to kill an entire family of Mega Beedrills. I'm going to continue clicking Expanding Force. Gardevoir lives at 1 HP. I was EV'd for that. I was actually EV'd for that. And we go into this to stall out the last turn of Psychic Terrain. That's okay. That's fine. I don't need Gardevoir alive anymore, but I'm going to keep it anyway. I go into Absol, because at this point, right here, the turn where I clicked Expanding Force, I looked up to see, does Xatu learn Dazzling Gleam? And it does, but I was like, that's a risk I'm willing to take. So I go into Absol, and it goes for Reflect. And that's like, oh no, my Absol is terrible now. But that's okay, because I still have my win condition, Nihilego. So at this point, I realize I just need to hit this thing. I need it to be low enough for Nihilego to finish it. And then I will win. So I knock off its Life Orb on the switch, and then I go for Close Combat, which doesn't kill after Reflect. But that's okay. Because now Nihilego kills the rest of this team with Power Gem. And I win game 1. I even say GG in the chat here. Because I know that Scarf Nihilego has nothing that outspeeds it. And Power Gem kills. That crit did not matter, because Reflect only boosts physical defense. And I am going to get game 1. Wouldn't it be Nihilego, since those are philosophical concept? You know, probably, but, you know, I like to say Nihilego. Smile. I think that's how they say it in the anime. I'm not entirely sure. Nihilego. Anyway, you know, funny Power Gem Choice Scarf sweeps. Now, game 2. This time featuring Goodra. What do you think Goodra will do? Well, let's find out. I'm leading the exact same thing, because again, none of these Pokemon beat this. I am Sash this time, so if that thing was Scarfed with Earthquake, I live and I kill it back with Grass Knot. It was not Scarfed with Earthquake. It was probably Life Orb, and I killed it with Grass Knot. And I get a free boost. And since I am, in fact, Focus Sashed, I'm not scared of Z-Move. And if it was Z-Move, I would live anyway. And if it's not Z-Move, nothing it does kills me, because I am faster. So I just click Power Gem, and I'm going to pick up my kill. And Mr. Titan T there went for Hidden Power Ice, thinking that it was super effective. Even if it was, it wouldn't have done anything there. I'm going to go into Vaporeon on the Lucario, because I never learned from my mistakes of the first game. I'm going to go for a Scald. Trying to burn the Lucario, to be honest. In comes this weird fish, which does get burned, and the fact that it's burned actually makes my life significantly harder. Because, you know, I wanted to Toxic Poison it. So I go for Sludge Wave. If Mr. Titan T switches into Lucario, it doesn't matter. And since Psychic Terrain is protecting my Nihilego, you know, you can't Bullet Punch me, but you can Close Combat me, and Nihilego doesn't have any moves for the Lucario, I'm gonna be honest. So I'm gonna go into Hawlucha. Mr. Titan T predicts that and goes into this. I go for Stone Edge as Reflect is used. I'm gonna Swords Dance here, predicting a switch or a Roost. I get the Roost. And now I have my Speed Boost. And Stone Edge crit doesn't matter too much there. Because I'm pretty sure this Close Combat killed even through Reflect. Because this Acrobatics kills even through Reflect. And this Primarina is going to take way too much damage from this acrobatics. And at this point, our boy slash girl, Nihiligo, is going to come in and power gem the entire team again. And that is going to result in a 2-0 victory for me over Mr. Titan T. And we have one final match to cover for this week's recap. And the final match to cover is Kalruk versus Wisty. So we have game 1 first. We will just get straight into it, I suppose. So we have Hitmontop lead versus Fortress. Okay, that's not too bad for Kalruk. We go for Mach Punch, which does nothing at all damage-wise. In comes Terrakion. Okay, do we go for Close Combat? No, we switch. Close Combat is going to do a lot of damage to our Gligar, but not that much. It's not that bad. We go for Toxic, trying to Toxic Poison the Terrakion as Fortress comes in. Now we switch into Tinkaton, which does actually nothing to Fortress. So, but it's okay, because Wisty decided to go into Terrakion in front of the thing. Honestly, Tinkaton could have killed this here, but that's fine. Kalruk has decided that it is time to Rapid Spin and get rid of those silly rock spike things. And then, instead of trusting the fact that he might have been faster after using Rapid Spin, he just switches out again. And now at this point, I think we're just losing it for Kalruk. All of our Pokemon are taking damage, and we have accomplished nothing in return. Moltres is going to come in. It gets Toxic Poison. That's good. Okay, now we just need to dodge a Hurricane. We do not dodge a Hurricane. We get confused. And we defog off the hazards. Okay, now all we need to do is dodge a Hurricane and use Roost. Instead, we are going to go to Sableye and take 1,000,000 damage for free and get confused again. And then we're going to somehow be faster than the Moltres? Is it Sucker Punch? It has to have been Sucker Punch, right? But we hurt ourselves in our confusion, but we dodged the Hurricane. That's cool. Nope, we didn't dodge that one. It's okay. Conkeldurr can come in. Mach Punch, very cool. We pick up the kill on the Moltres. This isn't too bad. We're gonna take a Close Combat, but it's okay because we kill back with Close Combat. Very good. I guess Klefki can come in here. Nope, Manectric. That's not too bad. Intimidate. Oh, and we just sacked our Conkeldurr. We didn't even go for like a Mach Punch or anything. Now we go Gligar in front of Crocodile. Crocodile at this point is strong enough to kill with Knockoff. Knockoff hits the Tinkaton. Tinkaton reveals that it is Z-move. Uses Corkscrew Crash, which doesn't kill because Tinkaton is a very weak Pokemon, stat-wise. But it's okay, because we're going to just bonk. And then we're going to go Protect, as this thing goes for Flamethrower. That doesn't work. Our Hitmontop is too low HP to survive a Volt Switch. And Gengar is gonna go for Nasty Plot. I would have preferred Substitute there, personally. But hey, you know what? It doesn't really matter that much. Because this is faster than us and uses Knockoff because it is Choice Scarfed. Now, if we had used Substitute there, we would have been able to attack afterwards. And then we would have maybe had maybe some way to kill the Manectric, I guess. But at this point, it's just too late. The damage has been done. Wisty gets a 3-0 win over Kalruk in the first game. Let's see how Kalruk does in game 2. So this time we lead the Sableye. We're going to Mega Evolve, and we are going to take a Stone Edge and nearly die, and we're going to knock off, giving this thing Justified and knocking off its Choice Band, essentially making it a Choice Banded Pokemon that isn't locked in. We should have probably used Toxic or Will-O-Wisp or something. But instead, we have decided that it is time to die. We go into Hitmontop to get an Intimidate off. Very cool. Close Combat is going to do way too much damage. And this is probably over. This is probably already over. Close Combat again. Conkeldurr. Mach Punch would kill. We go for Close Combat. Okay. And we get burned. Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing. That first Close Combat did 42. Right? Guts gives us a 50% attack boost, meaning the second Close Combat might have done 64, depending on if this first one was a max roll. Assuming this is an average roll, the average roll after this does 63%, meaning we could have taken a chance and gone for a kill here. But instead we switch to Gligar, and Stealth Rocks go up. And what are we going to do about this Fortress? We're going to click Earthquake. And then it's going to get up Spikes. And then we're going to click Earthquake. And then it's going to get up Spikes. And then we're going to click Earthquake. No, wait, Moltres comes in, and we predict that with Defog. Okay, very cool. Hurricane is going to do way too much, and 100% confusion rate! Wisty is hacking the game with the perfect confuse Hurricanes. And now we sack Sableye, and we sack Gligar, and we sack Conkeldurr, and we sack all of our team, and we lose. Well. Oh, we go Gengar Substitute. Okay, hold on. If we dodge a Hurricane, we can keep a Substitute, and then maybe we can dodge another one and get up Nasty Plot. Okay, let's see if Calric decides to try for that. Nope. Calric instead just instantly goes for Shadow Ball and dies to Hurricane. And Tinkaton's gonna come in, and we're gonna switch out, and we're gonna go for a Z move. Corkscrew Crash does nothing to Fortress, and I assume that this is just going to Volt Switch into like Crocodile, and Crocodile's gonna Earthquake for game, for GG. Yeah. Yeah. And that's a 6-0 win for Wisty over Calric. Very, very good. Hello, Frank the Wolf. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? And that concludes the matches for this week. I forgot to put my results in the link in mine, actually. That's fine. It's easy fix. Let me go ahead and grab the link from this replay. Copy that. Paste that, and paste that. No, in here, paste. What is up with this cell? Why does it keep doing that? Stop. Hello? Anyway, yeah, that concludes the recap of week 3. Again, we are missing a match. I am aware that we are missing a match because of the fact that, why does it do that? I don't know why it does that. There we go. I fixed it. I have no idea what's going on there. I'll fix it in a second. But, yes, good games all around this week, I've got to say. There were a couple of free agent moves, so let me go ahead and cover those really quick. So, let's see here. This last week we had Abra exchanged for Haunter by Plasma. Plasma had been sitting there with an Abra on his team because of his team's high point counts. So he just had a 1-point Pokemon to fill in that last spot. And now that has been, that has been changed to an actual Pokemon. Then Fabled decides to drop Weather, ditching Victory Bell for Gyarados, Vulpix for Diancie, and Houndoom Mega for Heracross Mega, which is a lot of changes. This makes the team a lot more balanced and a lot less reliant on a not fully evolved Pokemon for power. Very good change. Antkiller changes Bronzong in his draft for Mantine. Which, you know, can be simply looked at right there. This is a good change because Antkiller had a problem with fire and also ground before. And Mantine is a Pokemon that covers both of those things. Between a fire type and a ground type, there is only one Pokemon that takes neutral or better from both, and that is Quagsire. Well, actually, that's not true. There's also Phalanx. Zoroark doesn't really count because it has non-existent defenses. And Ditto is Ditto, so it doesn't count either. Next, we have Kiwi got rid of Altaria for Stakataka, which... solid play, I guess. It gives Kiwi an additional steel type, but it unfortunately accentuates Kiwi's weakness to ground type. So, you know, that's not exactly great. Did you enter the trade? My Twitch bugged. I'm doing it right now. Yeah. I think that is all of the actual trades that ended up getting done this week. So those are all of the changes, and this will conclude the recap. I hope you all enjoyed the recap, and I will see you all next week, YouTube. Meanwhile, here on Twitch, I'm going to finish updating the doc, and I'm going to go on to speedrunning. All right? So I will catch you all later, YouTube. Bye-bye.